Law enforcement sources tell CBS News a New York grand jury investigating former President Donald Trump will not meet today. It's still unclear when a potential indictment could come down, though the former president claimed it would happen this week. The Manhattan DA is investigating Trump for allegedly falsifying business records to hide campaign finance violations. It's connected to payments made to adult film actor Stormy Daniels. The former president is at Mar-a-Lago preparing with his legal team. For more on this, CBS News chief election and campaign correspondent Robert Costa joins us now. Bob, good to see you. Why isn't the grand jury meeting today, and do we know why it was called off?
Good to be with you, Nicole. Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg is operating on his own timeline. They decided to delay the grand jury convening today, and they're taking their time to decide whether they want to call additional witnesses, whether he needs more time to deliberate in the case he presents to the grand jury about a possible indictment of former President Trump. The essence of this moment, repertorially, is patience.
And so, based on what you're hearing, is there still a chance there can be an indictment this week, or do you think this may take a while?
The grand jury could be convened on Thursday, but again, District Attorney Alvin Bragg is signaling that he's not going to be rushed when it comes to a decision, a historic decision about whether he will indict a former president, Donald Trump, about hush money payments made to Stormy Daniels in 2016. This has been an extensive process. It started out as a federal case. Now it's a case here at the criminal court in Manhattan. It's gone through a lot of different phases over the years. Finally, now it comes to the decision of a district attorney. But there's so much else circulating about this case, about whether witnesses will be called, exactly how it would be framed in terms of the indictment. And so the former president and his team remain waiting down in Florida.
And I know as we watch and wait, law enforcement there in New York has stepped up and increased a presence there. I know you spoke earlier with New York City Police Commissioner Bill Bratton. Let's listen to your conversation.
If former President Trump is indicted and arrives at Manhattan criminal court, what would the security challenges be?
Significant in the sense they would probably have to close off portions of the court if it was done at the court. That has not been decided yet. Normally, it would be at the court, fingerprinting, photographing, etc. But in this instance, that it might be done at an undisclosed site, not at the courthouse.
And so what other types of security preparations are being made? And in terms of the former president and his legal team, what's their strategy?
If you took a walk around Center Street right now here in Lower Manhattan, you would see steel barricades, metal barricades, almost like bike racks that you saw around the Capitol in a bit of a way ahead of January 6th. Police here in New York are bracing for possible violence. They are hoping for peace, but they know that the former president called for protests over the weekend should he be arrested in the coming days. And so there's a sense of something here is looming, a decision is looming. And the city is getting ready for the possible influx of protesters. They're getting ready also for the possibility of someone who's not part of the chatter online of domestic extremism. Bill Bratton told me earlier today they're worried about a possible lone wolf, but they're trying to project a police presence here in Lower Manhattan. When you walk around, you see that all of the 35,000 New York Police Department officers are walking in full uniform. And that's a directive from the top. Be present, be available.
You also have some new reporting on some of the other investigations involving the former president. Bring us up to speed specifically on what's happening in the special counsel investigation. We could find out soon whether one of Trump's attorneys will have to appear before a grand jury in the classified documents case. What do we know?
As a reporter, you almost go through a checklist of all the ongoing investigations of former President Trump. Yes, there's this criminal investigation here in the city of New York, but there was also major news today on the grand jury investigation in Washington of how former President Trump handled classified documents. Now, a group of judges in an appeals court has said that Trump's lawyer, Evan Corcoran, will be compelled to testify. And not only that, Corcoran, Trump's lawyer, is being told he must share his documents. He must share audio files. All of the materials he has collected as the attorney for the former president. Now that material, usually protected by attorney-client privilege, will be part of a grand jury proceeding looking into the classified documents. That's a major turn in that case because the special counsel might now have real insight into the deliberations on the Trump side and what exactly the former president said to his lawyer about those documents.
All right, Robert Costa following it all for us. Thanks so much.
Thank you.